who took time for the important things in life. And when I was a young boy, I would go to Harold and Thelma's cottage over on the Madawaska River, and Uncle Harold would take us fishing for pickerel. And he would never cast; he would always troll. And as a young boy, I was always amazed how he could hold the fishing rod with just one finger. And he'd always use the word imagine. Mark, can you imagine? I can catch more pickerel with one finger than your father can with two hands and three fishing rods. Imagine. Uncle Harold would always stop at my father's garage on the way home from work to discuss the day's events, the world events, and whatever other events. I can hear Uncle Harold's voice right now. Let's go, boys. Don't fool around. Gotta go. Then with the tires spinning and gravel flying, he would leave as quick as he came. Nothing was more important to Uncle Harold than curling with his friends, the curling club, going to the hunting camp with his nephews, his brother, his nieces, and his friends, golfing with his buddies, a good fishing trip up north, and those especially shore lunches. And one of the greatest joys in Harold's life is playing euchre. And my nephew, Evans McNabb, unfortunately can't be here today, but we used to have some battles with my father and him. And he would always reinforce the fact that the younger generation could not play like the older Lindsay's could. But Evans McNabb and I have concluded that table talk is a form of cheating, not supremacy. Uncle Harold was given an extended stay over the last 3 years following his back surgery that was complicated by congestive heart failure. I can still remember rushing down to Ottawa to see him in the Heart Institute with Kate. And we walked into the room and Uncle Harold was hooked up to several monitors and tubes. And so I leaned down to him and I asked him, "How are you doing?" And with his quick wit, he responded, "Mark, the worst part was when the nurse came in to put the catheter in last night. She pulled back the blankets and I was so relieved, really I was so relieved, that she found Charlie." That was classic, Harold. So we walked out of the room with a smile and tears running down our faces, not with sadness, but with laughter. There's a verse in Proverbs that says, "The steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord." This was very evident in the last few months in Uncle Harold's life. From selling his house to Kevin and Janet Crawford, Harold's niece, to buying a new Ford Fusion and getting Aunt Thelma comfortable in her new condo. Uncle Harold heard from the Lord and responded in childlike faith. And in the words of Stephen Jobs, the founder and CEO of Apple Computer, who recently passed away, "Simplicity breeds clarity." Uncle Harold was very clear what he wanted right up to his last days. When Kate and I visited him in the hospital this past Sunday, he continually said, "I just want to go home. I just want to go home." And home he went.